Okay, welcome to this week's curriculum. So today we're going to be looking at a few different demonstrations and then doing sort of a recorded lab activity. Now that will be a little bit interesting. I'll get into sort of what I want you to do with that a bit later, but first let's talk about the demos I'm going to want you to be looking at. So here. These demonstrations are going to be about why objects balance and what are the basic rules we're going to be looking for when we're looking for balancing objects. Okay. All right. So do that. And okay. So again, why do objects balance? So the first set of demo observations, like I said, they're going to be about 7 of them. In the observation sheet, I definitely want you to describe what you're seeing, but then start looking for patterns. Look for rules or descriptions about why you think these things are balancing correctly. I'll go over the rule for why these things balance, why they work the way they do. A lot of them will be kind of non-intuitive, but hopefully you'll be able to kind of sort of figure out what's going on just by doing some of the observations. But if not, then definitely go through and look at the lectures. Now, these do involve some pretty simple materials. You could probably do some of them on your own, and I bet you if you did them on your own, you might have a better sense of why they work. So this is definitely encouraged, though obviously I can't verify and have you do that on your own. But it is kind of interesting to see what you need to do to make these things work correctly. Then we'll go into the explanation video. Just watch that video. I'll go over the demonstrations and why each one of them works the way it does. And then go on to part 1 of the questions worksheet. That will be like the second day of the curriculum this week. And then we'll go on. You'll observe the uneven balance experiment. Now, basically, what that's going to be, it's going to be just a hanging yardstick. And different amounts of weight are going to be added at different locations on the yardstick, and you're basically going to look for patterns in what causes that yardstick to balance correctly. This is something you could complete on your own. But yeah, you'll want to look for things you can actually measure from the video, and hopefully the necessary measurements will be pretty clear about what you need to do. But try to make some measurements from the video, and then record those measurements in the observation sheet. You'll have like a blank table in the observation sheet to record those measurements. You also have some spots to watch it 1 or 2 times and just go through and think about what you could record, look at what's happening. Then you'll look for a relationship between the measurements you made, like I was saying, and finally we'll go over an explanation for the rule of what causes that uneven balance to balance itself out when you apply different amounts of weight at different distances on that balance. And the reason why we're going to be doing this is it has some relevance to what we're going to see in simple machines. So we'll want this law that we observe here crossing over into the simple machines law that we're going to go over in the next set of units. So that should be it for the introduction. Go ahead and jump into the observations next, and make sure you read the instructions closely on the observation sheet, both for the demo observations and the uneven balance experiment. Okay? Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next lecture.